Greg Hardy makes his official EA Sports UFC 3 Octagon debut. Let me go right ahead and showcase this calf that I made of Greg Hardy before we actually get into the fight. And I gotta say, man, he was really difficult to make. And he was difficult to make because of three specific things. One, the hair on his head, his facial hair, and then the shape of his head, the top part of his head from his forehead upwards, and only because the game doesn't really give me the tools to get the likeness as perfectly as possible. So starting with the hair, I have a lot of problem with the fact that they don't have his specific hairstyle. The way he wears his hair right now, he has a very interesting like short dreadlocks with like a little bit of fade to the sides. I'm gonna see if I can put up a picture right here to show you guys the way he wears it. Occasionally he has it braided, but the one braid that they have in the game just does not fit him at all. This braid right here, it just does not fit the character. I don't like the way it looks on him. And when it comes to, I was thinking about going with this afro right here, which is definitely an option. He's worn his hair long before. He also wore it a little bit shorter earlier in his life, something like that. But I don't like any of that, which is why I'm just gonna settle with this. This is like the Josh Koscheck hairstyle right here. I'm just gonna settle with that. I think that is the closest to how he wears his hair right now. Of course, with his facial hair, he doesn't really keep a mustache. Although in his very recent fight, he did have a mustache and a goatee. But for a very long time, he only had the Kratos look, where it was like the long goatee. It is kind of how I wear my facial hair as well. No mustache at all, just a goatee. But there are no options. There's no facial hair options in the game where it only gives you the goatee. You know what I mean? It's like that's the Anthony Pettis, but it's not long enough. It's either that or this one. This one looking like a little Asian monk looking goatee thing going. So we're just gonna stick with this. This is the closest that we're going to get. I was also gonna go with this one right here. This is also an option, but I think overall, this is the closest we're going to get to the way he actually wears his facial hair. And I used the tattoos to create a little bit of stubble on the sides right there. So that is it for the facial hair. His tattoos, I really didn't want to go too in depth with the arm tattoo. He has a very weird arm tattoo, and I wasn't in the mood to go through that. The back tattoo looks very similar to the ones that he actually has. Same with the tattoos on his chest. For his body, we went with the Brock Lesnar body style, just because the traps are more defined on the Brock Lesnar body type, and the arms are longer. Like, it's way more defined and longer, and that's kind of how he looks. Of course, Greg Hardy has a little bit more weight on him, although in his very recent fight, he did shed a little bit of that gut, that belly that he carries around, and he looks a little bit more slimmer. So I'm just gonna stick with this body type here. Let me do like a full 360 view so that you guys can see the character. Here we go, right here. Turn him around. And there he is in all of his glory. Now, when it comes to stats, his speed, I bumped it up. I really bumped his speed up to 95. I do think he's a very fast heavyweight fighter. Of course, with his athleticism as well, I gave him really high footwork at 95 and head movement at 94. When you watch Greg Hardy fight, the one thing that he does really, really well is move. Like, when opponents are coming at him, he does a really good job of getting out the way, and he does it very, very fast. He's a very athletic guy. So wanted to make sure that his footwork was high. I want to make sure if I'm moving around the cage with Greg Hardy, he's not sluggish. And if I'm trying to move my head with him, he's also not sluggish. And when I'm throwing my hands, I also want him not to be sluggish. His power is about, it's fairly basic in heavyweight division. His grappling stats, I kept everything completely modest except his takedown defense. I don't really think he gets taken down too much. Bumped that up all the way to 90. And everything else is like below 90, all in the 85s. His fitness, strike stamina, kept that one at a modest 91. I don't think he really gasses too much. Although we have seen him tired, I just don't think he gasses too much. His grapple stamina, we haven't seen too much from him grappling wise, so I kept that at a modest 88. Same thing with his endurance at 89. For his health, If I remember correctly, Greg Hardy has never been dropped. I don't think we've ever seen him like badly hurt in a fight. So just kept his chin, body, his toughness, and his heart, kept that at 90. Just trying to be modest with that. His leg strength, he has really good leg kicks. And in the last fight, he demonstrated that he can take quite a few leg kicks because he was getting kicked in the legs quite a bit. He actually even checked the kick at one point and broke his opponent's foot by checking the kick. So we make sure to bring his leg strength a little bit higher to a 92. Nothing too crazy still. So there you go. His perks. Keeping him, we got fluidity level 2 just to make sure that he's moving athletically. Dirty boxer. Wait, why did I go with dirty boxer here? Why did I do that? Hold on. I think I was trying to go for heavy hands right there. Hold on a sec. That's what I was trying to go for. Heavy hands, level 3. Yeah, leave it at that. Tree chopper, of course, the leg kick perk. He throws really good leg kicks. Counter puncher. He does a very good job of slipping and countering. Not the most technical slip and counter striker we've ever seen in the world, but he does a good job of that. So we're going to leave it at level 2. And I don't need to give him 5 perks, so we're just going to leave it at that. With his moves, I gave him, like, if just you can take a look at the moves right here. Mostly boxing. It's mostly boxing, everything at the most a level 3. Nothing above level 3 for his punches. For his kicks, the same thing. Nothing above a level 3. And I did not give him any special kicks. He doesn't even have a front kick at all. So we're just going to keep everything modest right there. Clinch, takedowns. We did give him boxing combinations level 3. Kickboxing combos level 2. Traditional, no Muay Thai combos. No Muay Thai combos. And we're going to leave the traditional combos at a level 2. So that is it for him right there. Of course, with his style, his posture, which is his stance, I went with Fabricio Verdum. He does lean a little bit low, like he leans at the waist when he's fighting. So I went with that idol right there. His stance, he is an orthodox fighter. And that is it for Greg Hardy. I hope you guys like the character model. Let me know in the comment section if there's anything you would like for me to change, specifically with the way he looks. Is there a hairstyle you think would be better for Greg Hardy? Let me know. Anyways, now that we're done showing you guys the character model, I'm going to go ahead and jump into the fight. And once I get the first fight, I will be right back with you. Alrighty. We're facing Jeff Hardy. Greg Hardy versus Jeff Hardy. Look at that. May the best Hardy win. May the best Hardy win. Try to beat him. Here we go. Thank you. Of course, Greg Hardy is one of the most hated fighters in the UFC right now. Quite possibly the most hated fighter in the UFC, next to Jon Jones and Colby Covington. I don't even know if people really hate Jon Jones. I think it's the vocal minority. Like, Jon has a lot of fans. And the thing with Jon is a lot of his fans are kind of, I always compare it to it's a little bit insensitive what I compare it to, but oh, he's rocked. But I always compare it to chubby chasers, you know, guys that secretly love overweight women, but like you'll never find them out and about with those same overweight women. Like, you love big women in private, but in public you'll never admit that. You know, it's kind of how it is to be a Jon Jones fan these days. It's like, you're a Jon Jones fan in secret. Nobody knows, because it's like, how the hell can you be a Jon Jones fan? It kind of feels the same way about being a Kamaru Usman fan. I get people asking me, like, how on earth is that dude your third favorite fighter? What the fuck? I'm like, you know, his personality is so cringy, and I'm like, I don't care. If the fact that Jon Jones, Jesus, dude, I can't freaking talk today, stuttering all over the place. I was gonna say, if the fact that John Jones is my favorite fighter does not tell you that I don't really care too much about fighter personalities, I don't know what else will. The lag in this goddamn fight, bro.
And there's a nice jab.
So yeah, when you guys tell me, talk about, you know, Kamaru is so cringy, how can you be a fan of him? Sit him down. That should be it. There we go. Yeah, I don't know what that dude's health stats were, but as I was hitting him, I could tell that his health stats must have been really, really low because the shots were just, everything was super heavy. Everything was super heavy. Boom. Boom. Beautiful lead, uppercut. Sit him down right there. One more. Boom. That did it. Fairly straightforward. And by the way, is that Jeff Hardy from the WWE? Is that who he created right there? I think that's what that is.
And there he is after a massive knockout.
Let's move on.
Near perfect execution and a seminal moment for him here in the Octagon tonight.
All right, so yeah, I looked it up. The last guy that I fought, his character model was actually Jeff Hardy from the WWE, which is like brings back so many memories. I used to watch that shit growing up. Like my favorite wrestler, of course, was The Undertaker. Memories, man, memories. I'm sure you guys can tell that I used to be a fan of pro wrestling because I have recreated quite a few of their soundtracks, one of them being Goldberg's.
Much improved defensively as he blocks the shot.
Trying to see if I can time an overhand when he goes for that leg kick. Because he's constantly lunging in with the leg kick right there. Trying to see if I can time an overhand and catch him and intercept the leg kick. Do it. Not a leg kick, but I'll take that.
Oh, he might be out. The left hook hits home.
No. Whew. That was an interesting shot right there.
Even when you block those still stun you.
Takedown defense has held up thus far.
Oh, big shots.
Big shot indeed. Come on. Give me that leg kick so I can overhand. No. Right there. There we go.
He's got him hurt here.
I like how this game is so horny for leg kicks that even the fact that I had rocked him right there with an overhand, Joe Rogan still calls out the leg kicks. Maybe it's just Joe. Joe Rogan loves his leg kicks, man.
He's in deep danger right now. Deep danger.
Oh, he might be out.
Nice leg kick.
Yeah, I'll see how much I'm spamming the overhand on this dude.
He hurt him with that hook.
Trying to see if I can brute. Oh, he got me. He got me. He got me. Trying to brute force my way through it.
Well, some have gotten through, Joe. This shot is blocked.
There we go.
Landed by both men.
Oh, come on, baby.
Connects with the punch there. Well, he got cracks in
another one.
Joe. He's going to have to change things up here with his footwork, with his tempo. He continues to be vulnerable.
There we go. Get him up, get him up, get him up.
He's in big, big trouble here. Hard hook. That one hurt. Rocked him with that right hand. He's just landing an outstanding leg kick.
Right on the button.
I'm looking for it. Got him. How was that not a rock? Explain that to me. No.
And he defends yet another takedown. Seemingly every takedown attempt that has been tried.
Now we're just checking these leg kicks left and right.
Both fighters exchange in the pocket here.
Checked another one. Rocked him on that one. Sit him down. That should be it. Good shit. Clean work. Clean work. And he's gone. All right. We will take that. We will gladly take that win. And Let's move on, folks. Let's move on. All right, here we go. Welcome to the next fight.
All right, so here we go with this highly
Thank you, sir.
stand-up only event. You got to play by the rules here. There aren't a ton of them, but there is no grappling of any type, either on the feet or on the ground. Fighters cannot do follow-up strikes on the floor as well, so that bears watching here as round one gets underway. Lands a kick, Joe, and he landed the right hand there. He blocks the punch. He clipped him.
I'm really hoping for an improved calf system in UFC 4. Whenever that thing comes out, like
He's orthodox now.
publicly, we haven't heard a single thing about the game yet. I don't know why. It's rocked. Then again, EA does not pay me to market the game for them, so what the fuck do I know? But yeah, I'm really hoping for an improved calf system in UFC 4. Better fighter creation. More names. More improved sculpting tools.
He's got good accuracy on that jab.
So far, the tattoo, the tattoo system in this game is the absolute best that I've ever seen in any video game. Well, except maybe the pro wrestling video games, the ones made by THQ or 2K. I don't know what I'm talking about. All I'm saying is, I remember playing a wrestling game where the tattoo system was just absolutely bonkers. I don't know if that was made by THQ or if it was made by 2K. I don't know what company made it, but I really enjoyed it. I enjoyed overall. The calf system was really good. I'm really hoping for something like that, something improved. Because this series that I do right here, got him. Woo! And he's gone. He showed his hand. He showed his hand with that spinning back kick. Let's move on. I hope you guys don't mind that I'm kind of running through this. Like, I'm not really... I don't really think I'm going to do any heavy edits on... Man, look at that character model. It's a very interesting character model. I mean, he's got a baby on his chest, which is kind of weird, but... Oh. It's a Demon Jason. I think that's what his name is. Demon Jason. It's a very interesting character model. It's all red, like a devil, or at least what we perceive the devil to be. No touch on him.
Try to establish that jab. Ooh, blocks the shot.
Showing that punch.
Ah, I forgot that he doesn't have the front kick to the body, the teep.
Throwing that jab, no good. Opens with the left hand.
By the way, take this time to talk about something real quick.
That one hurt.
Something that you guys have been talking about briefly is for me to do like a podcast. I'm curious to see how many people in the comment section would want to see something like that. I have thought about it. I've thought about it long and hard, but it's so difficult to do a podcast kind of thing without ending up, you know, copying everyone else that's already done it. You know what I mean? Like if I'm gonna do something like that, I want to try to figure out a way to make it original and unique, and not just be a copy of something that everyone else has done. You know what I mean?
And he connects there.
He's doing a great job blocking these shots.
That's the most important thing on YouTube. If you're gonna create something, it's very important to make sure that you're not copying anybody else. You know? You might have inspiration from someone, but if you're just straight up copying, that's a problem. And these podcasts have been done in so many different ways. It's like, do I do it with a couch? Do I do it with a couch or something? Do I do like a single person podcast kind of thing, you know? Where it's like just me talking the whole entire time? I don't really like that. Like, I could do it. I've been on I've been on YouTube for a long time, long enough that I've learned how to talk on the fly for a long time, so I can definitely do that.
Lands a strike there.
But
Wow! And we got a fight on our hands.
now I'm just like,
Really missed with that
I don't want to
right
do a
hand.
monologue. If I'll do a podcast, I want to have guests. But then,
Beautiful jab. Beautiful jab.
how do you prevent it from
Sharp
becoming
timing.
another Joe Rogan podcast copy? You know what I mean?
Joe, this shot is blocked.
Tough.
He's blocking almost all these shots.
Look at this dude in the combos he's throwing. I think he's got the Gokhan Saki combinations.
Oh, he's got hand skills for days. Beautiful combination of punches to the head. Well, he's connecting.
And he's
with
not
his
bad
punches
either.
now. Took him a while to find the range. He has found it now.
So yeah, let me know in the comments what you guys.
Tries some serious power in
Close.
that kick, but misses.
Close, brother. I saw that one from a mile away. Don't do it again.
Round one winding down here.
Don't do it again, because I will sidestep that thing. Yeah, let me know in the comments what you guys think I should do with that. Like,
And here's a nice shot, lands perfectly.
how do you think a podcast should work? I would love to have guests. And I really don't want it to just be about, like, EA UFC. You know what I mean? And if I do have guests, I would like to have, like, people from the community, like players in the community, come on and, like, just sit down with me and have a conversation about whatever. I don't just want the conversation to be about video games or MMA. Like, I would want to actually talk to them about whatever. I'm curious if it will be something you guys would be interested in. Just a thought. You know, like, if I do a podcast, I don't want it to have a theme, you know? MMA podcast or video game podcast. I want it to be just, you know, just talk with people. Talk with people podcast. But then how do you do that without straight up ripping off Joe Rogan?
Well, he walked into his opponent's range there and ate that hook. He was unprotected, unguarded, and he's been
I guess he's not the only one on planet Earth that has a podcast.
Oh!
Oh!
He's got hurt here.
There's your body kick.
And now starting to snap off that jab.
I'm just giving you guys an insight into my mind. Like, it's how I think about stuff. When I want to do something new like that, I just
out of range with that right hand.
a lot to consider.
Blocking all the shots coming towards his head.
Just over 3 minutes to go in round two.
Nice punch.
Oh, that's bleeding bad.
How do you even know he's bleeding? He's all red. Like, the character is completely like Joe's like, he's bleeding bad. I'm like, how can you tell? The character is completely red. He could be dripping blood and you wouldn't even know because he's all red and shit.
Good shots tonight, Joe, but as yet he has been unable to string together any solid combinations, and that has served to keep his opponent in this fight. So let's see if he can change up the tempo a little bit with his strikes and try to put together a combination that is more damaging to his opponent.
All right, letting the he started to taunt now. What are you mad at, bro? What are you mad at?
Oh, he connects there.
What you mad at?
How about that shin? And another strike block there, so a good job keeping
This
his
dude
hands
has
up.
proven
Obviously,
to be
they are out
good,
to
like,
protect that cut.
He has.
That one hurt.
Like, he's being super careful with the way he throws.
Very good defense on display here. Very good blocks.
In my opinion, he's at the very least Division 5 player right there. In my opinion. Got him. He was trying to spin right there. And we sat him down. And look at that. He still spun around. His stamina is completely fucked now.
Well, yet again, he goes back to the jab and he lands it. And defensively, this fighter is going to have to figure something out. He continues to lean into his opponent's striking range. He's going to have to stick and move and figure out a way to get his head off the center line.
This is danger zone because now he's just kind of throwing. Now he's just going Hail Mary, Hail Mary, Hail Mary. You got to be careful.
And that's the end of round number two.
Round number 2, a success. Look at that. He was going to spin. Boom. Caught him. Peak vulnerability. That was at the very beginning of the spin animation. We caught him just right. Just right.
Third and final.
You want to touch? No. Okay.
He's definitely going to want to start this round off fast to try to pick
Let's
up
see if I
where
can
he
show you
left
guys
off.
how
His opponent was in
to
big
enter the pocket with
trouble at
feints.
the end of that round. And he's looking for
See that feint
left.
right there? Boom. Boom, boom. Let's do it again.
Well, not only has he stayed aggressive as he was in the previous round, landing a high volume of strikes, but he's also been efficient, not just
go.
with his strikes, but also with his body movement. Complete performance out of this fighter here tonight. Can we show you the total?
There you go. See what I did right there? Throw the jab, feint the cross, come in, and then hit him.
Hits home.
Enter the pocket that way. Let's see if I can do something that's a little bit more. Sitting down.
He's hurt. Look at him getting up.
Watch
All
this.
woozy. He's got to be careful there.
See that?
Don't rush in.
Enter the pocket just like that.
Well, you didn't see a lot of the body work from him.
Don't
in
do
the
it again,
earlier
brother.
rounds, but he's
Don't do it
certainly getting
again.
after it
You're gonna
here.
get
Big
stopped.
shot to the body connects there. We'll see if he can follow it up.
Big body shot.
There we go.
Oh! This could be it.
So under 3 minutes to go here in the fight.
It's over. There we go. And that does it, people. We're going to end it right there.
What power that
Thank
guy
you
has in
so
his
much
hands.
for watching.
And that
If you
right
guys
there is a high-level
enjoyed
knockout, ladies and gentlemen.
If you guys enjoyed this showcase of Greg Hardy fighting a
And the
bunch of
fight
creative
landed
fighters,
flush. I'm not even sure his opponent saw it
don't
coming,
forget to
so
leave a like. It
huge,
definitely helps out the
huge
channel.
win for
And
that young
again,
fighter
remember the
here
questions that I
Here's
asked you
the
guys.
end.
First question, what do you guys want me to change when it comes to his character model? And
Check it
two,
out again.
what are your suggestions when it comes to a podcast? You guys have asked for it. What would you like to see? How would you like
Check
to
out
see me
this
set it
angle
up?
here.
What do you think would be unique but
mean,
also
just
interesting and
this.
entertaining when it comes to a podcast? Let me know. I already gave you guys what my thoughts
So
are,
there
and
he
that
is
is,
after a
and I can't
monumental
wait to
knockout
see
turned
what you
in
guys
here
think.
tonight.
Thank
That
you
is
so
one
much
they
for
will be
watching,
talking
people.
about
You
for
guys
quite
rock.
some time.
Your support
Now we
means the
go inside
world
the
to me,
Octagon. Bruce
and I will
Buffer with
definitely
the
see
official
you guys tomorrow with a brand new video. As always, stay safe. Have a wonderful day.
2 minutes, 11 seconds at round number 3. Declaring the winner by knockout, the Executioner.
So there's the man of the moment, just the way he drew it up here tonight as he gets his hand raised and does so emphatically by way of the KO. Perhaps some bonus money is coming his way at the end of the night. I'm not sure. Still a few fights to go. But at the very least, you can be sure his next fight will be a big one, and he will celebrate deep into the night with his teammates, his coaches, and his friends after this monumental victory here under the bright lights tonight.